Galisteo and what goes on here energetically?
Yes. I'm sure that people do feel that there is something going on energetically. When you come into the basin, and the Galisteo Basin has a hogback, which are simply sort of volcanic rocks that were actually spewed from Valle Grande 50,000 years ago. But they've made this beautiful valley with the hogbacks looking like a hogback, a ridge of a hill on one end and a ridge at the other end. And so within this valley, first of all, we know that geologically it was once an inland sea. It has the bones of dinosaurs. I found prehistoric reeds here and gifts from pueblos, from people who lived here thousands of years ago. It's sort of rocks. So there's a wonderful energy in it that I think creates a kind of vortex, a spiraling, encompassing, embracing energy. Again, the first Americans always came here because they wanted to have this channel, this connection to a higher frequency. So they came here for their ceremonies. They came here, they wrote on the rocks. The petroglyphs here filled with stars and space people in that sense. And I think it was the Challenger which traveled around the world and said that this basin, Galisteo, has the least amount of atmospheric pressure of any place on our planet. So what could that mean? It could mean that this is a window to the sky. And the work that we do here at the Sanctuary of Light, at Nijoni, at the Light Institute, is a window to the sky. So it allows us to go out into a higher frequency and know about ourselves in a way that brings us goodness. And it also allows us to pull in from the sky or the cosmos energies which activate energies within us that we need in order to feel at peace in our lives. So the Galisteo Basin it's interesting to me. Some people say it's a very feminine energy that embraces you, that encompasses you. Some people say it's a very masculine energy, it will push you. I guess that depends on what you need. But we know that spiritually it's a time vortex. The Spaniards came through here and settled, and the Native Americans pushed them out twice. And then the third time they brought blankets that had smallpox. And so the Tewas, who were the ones who were mostly in here, although the Apaches came through here, moved to Cochiti. But so there's an energetic here about change on all levels. You can still see the wagon trails across the Galisteo Basin of those seas of Spaniards who came in and changed life the way it was here. I love it because of its energy. You can look across the basin, and as far as the eye can see, there's nothing that blocks you. I think that this is very important emotionally, and it gives a message to the psyche that says, stretch out, become more, see it from the holographic perspective, see it from a larger perspective. And so when you come here, if nothing else, the wind of Galisteo will blow you, and it's very difficult to hold on. We Galisteños whine and complain about that wind every year in the spring and the fall. But I know that it's a cleansing wind in that it, again, sets us free and gives us the lessons of harmonizing with nature, not only coming into balance with being blown around by wind, but also recognizing that we have the power to practice calming the wind, gentling the wind. And I see that happen a lot. Just in the same way, a little while ago we were calling rain, because we have the right to do so. And the wind and the rain are elements of consciousness and humans understood that eons ago. And it's important for us in today's world to come back into resonance with nature. That we can call the rain wants to rain. That we can listen to the birds and know when the frost will stop. And when we can shift seasons, the seasons within us and the seasons around us. And so this is a very sacred valley, basin, and it's a gift to be here. I find it interesting that it has not grown, that it's maintained a kind of integrity. It used to be more so, but it's still there, that you can see the pollution coming from Albuquerque, you can see the winds or the smoke or whatever it is coming, and our big wave, we call it the wave, it's called Cerro Pelon in Spanish, which means bald hill, but it really looks like a wave. It's right out there in the valley, and the energies that come stop there, and they seem to divide and go down south or up into Santa Fe. And I was saying the other day that I used to very consciously participate in that, and I can see that it's time to do that again. There's something in our basin, there's something in that wave that does filter the energy. And we need to use the power of consciousness to protect that. When you're coming from Laney, when you're coming down the Galisteo hill into the Galisteo basin, you can actually see that. And it's really interesting where suddenly the sky looks differently. There's a line and it looks differently. And that has to do with the mystery and the magic that every place that we live offers us. And I would love to say to you all, look around in the place where you live and make it magical. Make it mystical. Participate in that. Dissolve the pollution. Call the rain or the sun. Part the pollution. Take it back into the unmanifest. I have an ongoing project that I've had for many years called Human Potential and Global Responsibility. And that's the concept. Let us participate in what is happening energetically in the world that we live in. Whether it's too hot or too rainy or too this or too that. We need to participate. There's no difference between calling the rain from the unmanifest to manifestation and dissolving the radiation or the pollution from manifestation back into the unmanifest. It's the same quality of consciousness. And all we have to do is to know that it belongs to us, to make where we live sacred. So thank you.